going on, guys? All right, so brand new video today, different type of video. Obviously, you see the title. So we are going to jump into some scary stories. If you guys like this, I'll start reacting to more of these type of things, stories or just clips, like things people catch on camera, ghosts, just chilling things. So this one is 4 chilling, true, scary horror stories. So I have no idea what we're about to get into. It's 15 minutes long, so I'm not going to do a long intro. But please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like this kind of stuff. I love horror stuff, so I don't know if I'm going to be, I could be jump scared for sure, because you never know if something just comes out of nowhere. Yeah, it's like, oh no, so that might happen. But I mean, yeah, I don't scare too easily. But let's jump into this. I just love these kind of stories, though. It's very interesting to me. Wait, am I recording? Okay.
I'm currently a freshman in college. I came home this past week for a funeral, but let's backtrack a little.
Okay.
My senior year in high school, I was in the library during study hall doing some computer science work on the computer since my laptop at home didn't have JCreator on it. Anyways, this boy who was in my class sat next to me since those two computers were the only ones with JCreator. He was a really tall, very pale boy. He had long black hair that covered one of his eyes. He wore an anti-flag tee, ripped jean jacket, and Doc Martens. He never spoke to anyone in class, and I'd never seen him with anyone else. So I took a seat, and he looked up at me like I committed murder. I quickly looked away and started rummaging through my...
It's time to go then. I mean, you don't need that type of trouble. The way he's describing him already, that's not somebody you want to cross or mess with. I'm sorry. He sounds like a goth kid or something. So already just know. Okay, cool. You don't want me here. I don't want to be here. I'm good. I'll finish it another time.
My bag as a distraction. As my head was down, I heard him chuckle and then mumble, "Of course." I froze with my head still down towards my bag. I just dismissed it as him talking to his computer, as code can be quite frustrating.
Or talking to his god.
I sat
below.
back up and quickly typed in my login details. To break the awkwardness, I said, "She assigns too much homework, I can barely keep up." His eyes stayed locked on the computer screen.
Not trying to pay attention to you.
"You want the answers, don't you?" I laughed and said, "No thanks, I won't learn anything that way." Usually I would have said yes, but I didn't want to see his evil stare again. It was like he was staring into my soul. He laughed again, in that creepy laugh.
Got the devil in him.
So creepy that I had to close my eyes and cringe. I opened them and looked over to see him gone. The strange thing was he left his flash drive. I waited about 10 minutes to see if he would come back, but he didn't. Study hall ended at 1 and it was 12:50. I decided I would take it and give it back to him tomorrow in computer science class.
That kid
I threw it in a little box above my bed.
I bet he doesn't exist. I bet there's no record of him at the school. I bet that's where this is going.
Gotta admit, it was an awesome flash drive. It was a Swiss Army knife with a flash drive in the middle.
Okay.
Here's the crazy part. After that, he never came to school again.
What did I tell
He
you?
was notorious for being absent, so for the first month, no one batted an eye.
Okay. All right, so I was wrong. Yeah, so he was on record of being there at least. I thought that it was going to be to where nobody knows who he's talking about when he describes this kid, that nobody's ever seen him before. That's what it seemed like to me.
However, May rolled around and we were all getting ready to graduate. I had completely forgotten about the flash drive until 2 days ago when I came home. I needed one, and I remembered I still had that boy's. I scanned it with my Norton, and it said it was all safe. I was planning to delete all of his stuff so I could put my PowerPoint for business class on it. Naturally, however, I started snooping through his files.
Bad move.
The first thing I saw was a folder named Computer Science. I opened it, and all the answers to every assignment was there. I thought, damn, maybe that's why he left it, so I could copy off of him. Maybe because he knew he was never coming back. I went back and the second folder was music. I kinda had to open that one to see what he listened to.
Let's take a guess. Come
Surprisingly, not what I expected. There were only 3 songs.
Oh, okay.
Running on Empty by Jackson Browne, White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, and Helter Skelter by the Beatles. I went back again. There was an untitled folder.
Uh-oh.
Inside it was AP Literature. There were a bunch of essays and various junk. There was one called The Best Doc. I opened it, and it was merely a 10-page document of notebook pages filled entirely with his first and last name, handwritten. I went back again. This is where it gets weird. He had taken pictures of the emergency escape plan posters on the door in every classroom. There was a picture of a lit cigarette on the bathroom floor, and another picture of some coins on the bathroom floor with a yellow post-it note next to it saying, "Chump change" in all caps. Now this is the weird part. There was a picture of me, taken while I was reading a book in class.
Oh, Lord.
From the looks of it, it was my English class that he was not in.
Oh, Lord.
There was also a document titled, "Rest in Peace 2... but it was empty when I opened it. I still have no idea if this was a joke or not. For all I know, he never showed up again because he realized that he lost his hard drive.
You wouldn't be the first to wonder, is a Mazda like an affordable Audi? Or is an...
Dang, that's it? Alright.
This story happened a few years back to me and a friend who I'll call Allie. We're now both 15, making us 12 when this story...
Is it the same guy telling all these stories? Surely it's not all his stories. He's just, he's reading different stories maybe. So he's reading as the person that's describing it. Because it sounds like the same exact guy.
story occurred.
Yes.
Okay, so me and Allie have been friends since 2nd grade. And we would usually spend all weekends and free time together. We always have been into paranormal and ghost stuff. We had every reason to believe that every house we ever went into was haunted. We would go on ghost hunts like the TV shows with a flip phone to record the sounds.
No,
but there will always be one night that stands out to me that still haunts me to this day.
Yeah, you mess around.
It was around midnight, and we were hyper and awake like most kids of our age on the weekends.
Hey, I like the stuff too. I love the movies and shows with all that stuff in it. I have since I was at a very young age, but I am not trying to go to see it in person. I am not trying to go experience this stuff in real life, in my own personal life. I'm good with watching it on TV, okay? Or watching it in the movie theater. That's my limit. I'm okay with not trying to go to actual haunted places.
So we decided to do another ghost hunt in my house.
Oh, Lord.
We got the flip phone ready, and we borrowed my dad's touchscreen to actually videotape. This was the first and last time we used that. My basement was not like most, because the house I was living in at the time was very old and therefore very old-fashioned. So down the stairs, there's one main big room that we use for storage, and a little further there was another medium-sized room for the washer and the dryer, and the farthest was a small little cell-type room that we never used, mainly because everyone was too creeped out to go in it. Me and Allie walked down the stairs, turned on the camera and flip phone recorder, and we started asking the usual questions you would see on TV, like, "Is there anybody here? Give me a sign if you're here," and that type of thing. We finally got tired of it and went back upstairs and into my room to be so excited as we reviewed our first video recording. This was a big step for us because we wanted to be ghost hunters so bad. We were watching and we kind of got disappointed as we didn't find anything in the video or voice recording.
Well, just wait though.
Usually we would make something up, like a footstep that wasn't ours, to make us feel less bad, but this time we were so excited about the video we didn't even want to make anything up. We couldn't sleep, so we played a few board games, and then we both agreed to review it again, because maybe we missed something. And oh boy, we did.
Oh, man.
While reviewing the tape again, we both could just feel this bad energy coming from it.
Oh my God.
I guess we didn't realize it before because we were too filled with excitement. We went on anyway, and as we paid more attention, we could actually hear footsteps that weren't ours. Then what showed up on the tape, I still see when I close my eyes.
No.
It was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
I'm already getting chills already.
The camera was on Allie, and behind her was this figure that looked like a distorted, almost human thing with bright white eyes that almost seemed as if they were watching you through the video.
Right here? Right back there? Oh, Lord.
At that point, we shut it off, and we were both in complete shock. We couldn't tell my father as he was asleep, being so early in the morning. We both decided to just not tell anybody and keep it our secret.
I mean,
even though we never went into that basement again. We both still talk and sometimes even dream about it.
Dang.
To this day, I don't know if it was our imagination
Yeah.
or if there was something with us in that basement.
I don't know. I mean, and guys, of course, these could all just be fake stories that somebody's making up. Who knows? We don't know. We never know for sure. I was thinking there was going to be some footage. I don't know if that's the actual footage or if they're just doing a reenactment of it. And he's, that's the best way he knows to describe it. So he's playing something that kind of represents that. But I mean, that doesn't look too suspicious, really. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that could be, but that doesn't really look all that scary. I was thinking it was going to be an actual face just show up on the camera or something, like I've seen on a lot of these videos sometimes, which is crazy.
But I'll never go in there again.
You should have moved. You should have told somebody your parents
So this
or
all
whatever.
happened during Halloween in 2014.
Uh-oh, here we go.
My name is Max, and I'm from a small town in Findlay,
Okay.
Ohio.
All right, yeah, so he's just reading the different people that send stuff in or that he's read somewhere. All right, so it is the same guy, though, for sure.
I used to go to a high school at County School about 10 minutes from where I lived called Van Buren High School.
Oh, hey,
Van Buren was a
boys.
nice little village with good people for the most part.
I think of the Seinfeld episode, the Van Buren boys. They were a street gang named after President Van Buren. So Kramer knew the secret sign and he flashed it without realizing it. That saved him, though.
But the only problem was that there were some evil creeps that could be found there if you knew where to look.
Ooh.
The biggest hotspot for them to be found was the Van Buren State Park. Everyone knew that the state park had a little infamy to it, as it was known for some rapes and the like. Now, I've been to the park many times with friends and classmates, and nothing bad ever happened to us, so I never thought much of it. I have a lot of good memories of the place, actually.
That's not somewhere
like
you
the
want to
many
hang
times
out
my
then.
friends and I would bike the trails and set off the works bombs in the woods or go fishing in the lake. However, fast forward to my senior year at Van Buren on the day of Halloween. My friend Ian and I saw the darker side of Van Buren State Park. The summer before my senior year, I enlisted in the Army National Guard, so it was important that I worked out and stayed in shape. So that day, I asked my best friend Ian if he wanted to go run the trails in the park with me after school, and he said he would, as he likes to work out when he can as well.
So this is in the broad daylight.
It was probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when
Yeah.
I pulled into one of the parking lots, waiting for Ian to meet me there, when I saw this old silver car with a bald and just disturbing man suspiciously sitting in the lot. Knowing
Time-
that creeps hang out at the parks,
Time to
I
go.
glanced over to check out what he was doing when I noticed he was staring at me and would not take his eyes off
No,
of me.
time to go. It's time to drive
It
away.
was a very unsettling stare, one that made him look hungry and me uncomfortable.
Oh, Lord.
His eyes were wide open, and I'm pretty sure he had a frown, or maybe a grin. We made eye contact, and he nodded at me as if he were trying to say hello, but would not drop his glare. I nodded back, but broke eye contact since I was pretty uncomfortable.
It's time to either drive away or reach in that glove compartment where you should have something for somebody like that. Where you should have something that you can grab. And you know what I'm talking about.
However, I noticed out of the corner of my eye that he was still staring. At this point, I had enough, and I
to
sped
put
out of there and
something
pulled
through
out of
there.
the parking lot. But when I looked in my rearview mirror, I saw he was following me.
No.
This made me floor my gas pedal, and I
Yeah.
sped to my high school parking lot where I lost him.
Okay.
I called Ian and told him that I was at the high school, and that he might have to deal with this creep alone. And then my stomach sank. I got a text from Ian saying here. So I made my way back there, and sure enough, right when I pulled in, I saw Ian's car, and 2 spaces away was the scary bald guy in the silver
Lord.
car, still staring.
Yo.
I nodded to
The way he's describing this guy is making me think of Lost Highway. You guys ever seen that movie, David Lynch movie with Patricia Arquette and what's the guy's name, Bill Pullman, and it had a lot of people in it. And of course, you know the person that I'm thinking of if you've seen that movie. The way he's describing it, the character Robert Blake played. I can't remember the mystery man, I guess was his name. I don't think he had a name, but God, it's crazy character for sure. That's what I'm thinking of while he's describing this person.
Ian for him to follow me in his car to a different parking lot at the park, and we made our way over there. We were safe, or so we thought, and got out of our cars to walk down the hill to check out the trails before we ran them.
Why?
I don't
Go
really like to
somewhere
run with
else.
items in my pockets, so we began to walk back up the hill when we saw that old silver car circling in the lot looking for us.
That's enough. Go.
At the angle we were at on the hill, he must not have been able to find us, although we could see him.
Oh, he
We
saw
waited
you.
a few minutes
He
before
saw
walking
you.
up the hill because we figured the two of us, who were athletes, could take on this one guy. As we reached the top of the hill,
Might not have been a guy, a regular guy. He might not have been human.
he was gone. Feeling pretty safe, Ian and I decided to still run the trails, but I made sure to grab a rock to use as a weapon for my own peace of mind, in case we would run into the possible rapist or killer in the
Oh,
woods.
Lord. Come on. No,
I'll
you
never
sh-
know the man's intentions,
See, you should
but given
have-
that place's notoriety and his disturbing look, it couldn't have been good.
should have
Nowadays,
something
I've
more
graduated
than a
Van
rock.
Buren, and I'm an infantryman in the National Guard while attending Bowling Green State University. Sometimes when I go back home to visit, I like to go for drives at night, and sometimes I like to check the state park just to see what monsters lurk there. I'm always armed with a knife, and I'm in good shape, but it still makes me uneasy.
Hold on. This dude, did he say he was in the National Guard and he walks around with a knife? Ooh, where's your head? Where's your head at? Come on, man. You got to carry something more deadly than a knife. I'm sorry. That's just not going to do it. No, you need something more powerful. What are you thinking?
I'm sure one of these days I might encounter something like that again. But I'm not stupid or crazy, because as soon as I do, I'm
I don't know.
hightailing it out of there once again.
Okay.
So as for anyone else, make sure that if you go camping or hiking at state parks, that you are somehow armed, no self-defense,
With
and
more than
never
a
go
knife.
alone.
With more than a knife, by the way, please. Don't take that advice. You need more than that.
Hi.
In my room next to my bed is a big storage closet. It doesn't have a regular door like you would expect. It's a kind of big square door without a knob that just comes off when you grab it by the edges. So rewind to several years ago when I was 19.
We don't have long
I
left.
remember the first time it happened. I went to sleep and woke up in the morning to find that the door had been opened and was leaning on the wooden edge of my bed. Now this wasn't the strangest thing ever, as it had happened in the past. After all, there were no hinges or anything holding the door in.
Alright, so it can follow you.
I pushed the door back into the wall and got ready for school. The next night, I woke up around 4 in the morning. I could have sworn I had woken up to a noise. I sat up and looked around my room in the dark, and noticed the door was leaning on the edge of my bed again. Now I was concerned that the edges to the hole in the wall were starting to chip away, and the door could no longer fit as tightly as it used to. I left it that way overnight and fixed it in the morning.
Something's on the other side.
The
maybe.
following night, I was having trouble sleeping. It had to be at least 2 hours of my rolling around bed trying to fall asleep. That's when I heard a huge thump. And I knew what it was. I could even see it in the dark. The
No.
door fell open again.
And?
I was so done with this. I mentally decided to just leave it open from now on. That's when I heard the slightest movement of a plastic bag from inside of the closet. I
Yo.
literally skipped a beat when I heard this. There was no draft in the room at all. I hesitantly flicked on the light switch and looked into the open closet. My biggest fear came true when I saw someone inside the closet peering at me in my bed.
What?
Within maybe half a second
No,
of
no,
my
no,
turning
no,
on
no.
the lights, he tried to hide as if I didn't see him.
Oh.
I couldn't even move.
Yeah.
All I could do was scream the word "Dad." I screamed so loud it took my dad maybe 10 seconds to make it to my room. I pointed at the closet and he looked inside. Only then did I finally feel safe to get up and stand behind him. My dad crawled all the way in there,
Nothing.
and he couldn't find anyone though. He came out and assured me I was just seeing things, and I started to question that myself. Still, I couldn't sleep in that room. I slept on the floor in my parents' room with a blanket.
So now I can't remember. Did he say another name at the beginning? I can't remember now. It seemed like he didn't give a name at the beginning of this one. So this might be whoever whoever runs his channel or whatever, this might be a story of this guy, actually, the one that's talking. But I don't know. That was the scariest one so far. That was the creepiest one. And again, I don't know if that's the actual picture or anything. I don't think it is. It's just again, it's kind of a reenactment, I guess you could say. He's given somewhat of a description for what he kind of saw and just found a creepy picture probably. But that's the one that sent a chill through me through this whole video, more than anything else, for sure.
Well, I wouldn't say slept, as before that could even happen, I heard my bedroom door open from down the hall outside, and then someone literally ran down the stairs and out the front door, slamming it behind them. My parents heard it, and it was only then they believed me. We tried to chase whoever it was down, but he was gone. We later found out he was hiding in an empty container inside the closet.
That's quite an ending. That's a crazy way to end it. There was no just, that's it. No, done. Thanks for watching. See ya. There needed to be a little more, because what happened after that? Did they try to come back? They ever see him again? What's going on here? I don't think there's a part 2. But anyway, all right, guys. So that's a pretty long video. But I hope I didn't pause too much. I tried not to, since it was long to begin with. But yeah, let me know what you thought of that. Let me know which one got to you most. Definitely that last one for me, for sure. When I saw that face, that was it right there. But they were all good stories. I didn't know what to expect from this. I just kind of chose one at random. I'll try to choose ones that actually have footage to where we can see the things that people record and see. I kind of like those better, but that was some good storytelling. The music fit well with the stories, and that guy's a good storyteller, I think. So I don't know who this, let's see. I'll give him a shout out here. Okay, 6.5 million subscribers, Mr. Nightmare. So he does this a ton, I guess. All right, so yeah, go give him a follow if you're not already. I'll link that in the description. Yeah, shout out to him. That was good video, interesting video. Let me know if you like this, if you want me to do the other type of thing where we actually see more things, because I tend to like those a little better myself from the stuff I watch. But anyway, guys, like I say, yeah, drop it in the comments if you want more of this stuff. Get this up there, hit the thumbs up button, like, share, comment, subscribe with the notifications on. Appreciate all you guys. After watching that, hearing that, I gotta give thanks to Yahuwah, the Savior, the Father, everything, the Creator. All right, guys. They're watching over me always. Blessings on each and every one of you. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Would not have a channel without every single one of you. So keep doing what you do, and I'll keep posting. And I hope you guys enjoy. All right, be safe out there. Love you guys. I'm gone.